Welcome to my views and news. Some news stories from Ethiopia. Firstly, Oromia region. The President Shimalis Abdisa has refused to back down. He's going to demolish hundreds of religious institutions built in Shaggar city. He held a meeting with religious elders today. After that, he made the announcement. Secondly, Raya, southern Tigray, tensions rising. Tigray forces, Tigray fighters are trying to get close to the border. Militia members in Alamada are organizing themselves. They tried to reach the border yesterday. There were talks between militia members and Ethiopian National Defense Force members on border. Details for you. Thirdly, Ethiopian National Defense Force is planning an operation against Fano fighters in Wollo, South Wollo, where in a mountainous area, mobilization of Ethiopian army troops is being reported. Firstly, viewers, demolition of mosques, churches, houses in Shaggar city has been ongoing for a few months, and the issue is turning into a serious issue, a challenge for Oromia region's president. The project, Shaggar city project, is itself controversial, criticized by groups in Amhara region in Addis Ababa. They say that Shimalis Abdisa, Oromia PP, they are trying to engulf Addis Ababa. Next controversy started when Shimalis Abdisa's government started demolishing of mosques, churches and houses. And we saw that Muslims protested against this demolition of mosques. Two consecutive protests on the last 2 Fridays. And there was a confrontation between security forces and Muslims, and 8 were killed in use of force in firing by security forces. A meeting was held between Shimalis Abdisa, Oromia region's president, and religious leaders who held a press briefing today. Shimalis Abdisa shared numbers. How many religious institutions are illegally built in Shaggar city? Will they be demolished or not? He says out of 800 total religious institutions, 656 were illegally built. All of them will be demolished. So Shimalis is not backing down. He says Shaggar city is being built according to a plan. All illegally, without approval built structures will be demolished. But all sects, all religious denominations, they'll be given places for new religious structures. Mosques will be built, churches will be built, but according to a plan. Government will provide Ethiopian Islamic Affairs Supreme Council, Orthodox Church of Ethiopia, church elders and others with land. And their mosques, churches, etc. will be built after approval, NOC from the government. But those existing buildings, religious structures built in the past without approval, illegally, will be demolished. So he refused to back down, viewers. Islamic Supreme Council leader Ibrahim Tofa was there with Shimalis. Abu Nesarios was there too, Archbishop of the Orthodox Church. And it seems they accepted Shimalis Abdisa's position. Demolition of buildings is expected to continue in Shaggar city. Shimalis said that the local authorities should have taken religious elders on board before starting the demolition of mosques, churches, etc. So he realized and he acknowledged the mistake that local religious leaders should have been taken on board. But he announced to press ahead with the already campaign of demolition in Shagar city. Let's see how people respond, because Islamic Supreme Council, Orthodox Church, breakaway faction of Abunesarios, both are already in close coordination with the Oromia government. They are under the thumb of Oromia government. Let's see how common people respond to this position taken by Shumela Sabdiza. By the way, we are seeing statements from even members of parliament from Oromia, from parties like OFC, which are rejecting the demolition of houses, etc. by Oromia government. But government has refused to back down. It will continue the campaign of demolition in Shagar, it seems. Second, Raya, southern Tigray, where tensions are rising now on daily basis. Amhara news sources are reporting that Tigray forces are being sent to the border areas, that Tigray is planning to take Raya by force. In Mihoni, in other areas, build-up of Tigray fighters is being reported. And around 48 hours ago, militia members from Alamata, they tried to go to border areas. They want to be deployed to the border where ENDF is deployed to stop entry of Tigray forces into Raya towards Alamata. They went to the border area. By border area, I mean the area where ENDF is deployed. There is no Amhara special force deployed, it has been disbanded. They talked to ENDF soldiers, and their ENDF commanders assured that no Tigray fighters will be allowed to enter Raya, Alamata. So after that they returned. Tensions there viewers on both sides, in near Volkait and near Raya. Amhara news sources are claiming on daily basis that Tigray is mobilizing its fighters. Tigray is making preparations to send its fighters, its forces, to take Raya and Volkait by force. I don't think Tigray would try to take these areas by force. Tigray forces, if they entered Raya Volkait, they would enter with approval, with coordination, with support from Ethiopian National Defense Force and support by Ethiopian federal government. So far, Ethiopian federal government is not taking a very clear position. It is telling Tigray interim government that the issue will be resolved soon. On the other hand, it is telling interim governments in Raya and Volkait that Tigray fighters won't be allowed to enter the area. So let's see. Tension there. Lastly, viewers, Ethiopian army is planning an operation against Fano fighters in Wollo, South Wollo, in Ambassal reportedly. Ambassal is a Wareda mountainous area known as a fortress. There is a river here too, Bashilo, and this area is very suitable for guerrilla warfare. East Amhara Fano fighters are based here, and this week, East Amhara Fano fighters kidnapped some Ethiopian National Defense Force members. Some ENDF members and government-backed militia members were captured by East Amhara Fano members, and then we saw pictures and videos of Ethiopian army members and militia members. The video was shared by some pro-Fano backed news sources. That is, and the ENDF members could not be released so far. So now a major operation is being planned, mobilization of ENDF soldiers and their military assets is being reported towards Ambassal. In mountainous areas, it seems that we could see start of a major operation. And here it would be difficult for East Amhara Fano fighters to get support from locals. I think East Amhara Fano is trying to make this mountainous area as their camp, as their power base, you can say. but Ethiopian army has decided to pursue them, to chase them. That's why we could see fighting clashes in Ambasal, close to Bashilo River in coming hours, reportedly. Now, there are several centers of power for Fano fighters, several bases for Fano fighters. All Fano factions have their bases, their command centers, their strongholds in different areas. East Amhara Fano fighters seen in Ambasal, Shoa Fano seen close to Rasa, close to Majate. Gondar Fano fighters, they are based outside Gondar city. Gojam Fano fighters, they are based in Gojam, close to Valaga, in Matakal, in Agua Vizon to some extent too. It will be difficult for Ethiopian army to start and to complete operations against all these Fano factions simultaneously. That is why Fano factions are not under one command, because they'll have to make decisions independently, separately. Each Fano faction knows how to survive, or it will have to know how to survive. It will have to make decisions on its own. That is why Fano faction are under one authority. But an effort is being made at least to have one figure to lead this anti-government resistance. That is why Skandar Naga was propped up and Amhara Popular Front came into existence. Operation in and near Ambasal is expected by Ethiopian army against Fano fighters reportedly. Thank you for watching.